Hello and welcome. Today I will show you how to paint the ghoul nest from the Witcher Old World board game. As you can see on the reference card, the model is pretty simple. However, on the picture below you can see that on his fingers there is a bit of a gap, so I decided to put a bit of a green stuff to cover it up. Then the model itself, kind of basic colors and with a bit of a highlighting, and then we're gonna try to add something that, as you can see, he's trying to eat. The advantage of this model would be the fact that it's difficult shape and it's hard to reach the areas underneath. It's not the best optimized for painting. However, we'll do our best, to do it right. The model is primed with the black underneath, and then with the gray primer from the top, and the 45-degree angle from every side, just to get a bit of a more depth from underneath his body. Now we painting the whole body with the one tone, which is the rat skin flesh. You don't have to be so neat. You can go all over, and don't worry that you can stain the other parts of the base. We'll be looking at after that later. Make sure you thin the paint a little bit. We don't want that paint to be too thick, so we're not gonna cover the details, let's say the wee bones on his spine, and again we want that to be a little bit transparent on the bottom. We're also painting the wee hand that is sticking out from the hole under the ghoul, and I'm supposed to paint one of the heads as well, but I'm only gonna do it later. So for the mouth, we're using the crimson red, and then we're gonna paint his teeth with the ivory. We're also painting the eyes with the ivory color, and then, as I said earlier on, we're gonna do the teeth. Just so you know, folks, I'm experimenting with the second camera, so don't be surprised if I will be switching over between my previous and that new one in here. I'm still experimenting with the new camera, so I don't have the full footage from it. What you can see at the moment, this is the new device that I'm filming with, but then I had some trouble with it, so I had in this video I had the mix of both, so apologies for that bit of inconvenience. However, it's all about to make that video a bit more quality, so hopefully we'll get through to the next one to use the only the new one. For the soil that he's standing on, we're gonna use the mix of the Steel Legion drop with a little bit of the German grey, and we cover the hole that he's came from, plus all the surrounding areas. There's a few sticks and a few bones, skull, the head and the hand, so try not to go too much over it, but don't worry if you do. You can always do a bit of a correction later on. As you can see, I had to do some correction myself. What I tell you, something is far much faster to do it that way than trying to be very, very neat at this stage. Next, we're gonna get the paint the skulls with the screaming skull. I also painted the head that is beside it, but I only realized it's not a skull, it's actual head. at this point, so then I had to go back to my rat skin flash and painted over that head. The whole idea of the hand that's sticking out of the hole and the head that is lying down be under him to give a bit of unfresh dead body look, so that's why I decided to go and repaint it with the rat skin flash, and then put a little bit of the greenish tone after that as well. All the wooden sticks we painted with the scrag brown. There's few of them. Again, some of them are hard to reach, so this stage, you know, I was trying to be precise, so I have less correction later on, but again, it's at this stage it's still easy to fix if you do any mistakes. There are also a couple of stones on the base, so I decided to paint them with the Stormfair Fury with mix with ivory, pretty much 50-50. I want them to be pretty bright, as the base is kind of like a dark gray, so they would be more exposed on that dark background. Again, some last corrections before we're gonna put our wash. So I decided to go the Rakeland Flash shade, and I cover the whole body of our Ghoul, including his face. Just make sure you're not gonna put too much in his mouth and on his eyes, so that white will come through, and also the red in his mouth as well. So this is how our model presents so far, and now we're gonna put a bit of a shading on the base, and we're gonna use the Agrax Earth Shade. So I gotta cover the whole lot without exception, including the skulls, bones, and the timber. I have also decided to put a bit of that dark shade on his face, just to give a wee bit more of the contrast on it. But again, you know, not too much in the mouth, so we can see the teeth through it. I have also used a little bit of the Bieltan green shade, and that's mainly the head that's lying down under him and the hand that's sticking out of the hole. Just as I said earlier on, just to put that look of the dead body that's lying down for a while there. So this is it in terms of the shading at the moment, and this is how the mini present so far. Now, once the model dries off, then you can do a bit of a highlighting. I was using the rat skin flesh mixed with the Cadian flesh tone, and then for the lighter tone I also add Kislev flesh. At this point, you know, it's really depends how much time you want to spend on it, and how how well you want to do those highlights, but I really advise you though to spend a bit of a time on it and to work a little bit on it, so then you get the best results. So in the first point I was mixing the rat skin flesh with the Decayed flesh tone, and then later on I was adding a bit of a Kislev flesh to that mix just to brighten it up, and you put in thin layer after layer until you get that best results. Unfortunately, as I said earlier on, I had a bit of a problem with that new camera, so unfortunately for that purpose I don't have the full footage, and I had to switch back to my old camera, so there is a bit of a difference in the quality, as you can see later on, so sorry about that. I'm working on it to get those videos better and better, so hopefully, you know, the next one will look more professional. I'm still learning using all that electronics and, you know, putting those movies together, so bear with me. I will assure you that, you know, every consecutive movie will have a bit of improvement in that matter. So as I said, you know, spend a bit of a time on that highlighting, mixed a little bit more, add a little bit of water. You can also add a drop of the medium if you want to extend a bit of that drying time, and make sure you do it precisely, so all the recesses will remain dark with a bit of the shade that we put earlier on, shade paint. We'll do a bit of a highlighting on the wee head underneath as well, and also on the hand that's sticking out of the ghoul nest as well. And as I said earlier on, every next layer you're gonna put it on, use a little bit brighter tone, add a little bit more Kislev flesh to that mix, and then cover a little bit smaller area than you did previously, so it will create the effect of the nice transition from the brightest to the darkest area of his body. Then using the ivory again, you can do the highlighting on his teeth and the eyes. The ivory, the pure ivory, will be perfectly fine for this purpose. I have also do a wee bones on his spine again. That's the pure ivory from Vallejo. Again, with your brightest tone, you can do a final highlighting on the fingers, on the hand that's sticking out of the hole, and then on the front bone, especially the nose of the head that's sticking out. Now we're gonna use a mix of the red wash from the army painter, mixed 50-50 with the medium. We do a kind of like a glazing, and we're gonna cover the whole body of the ghoul again, just to make the transitions between our highlighting colors a bit more smoother. It's not necessary, but it certainly will improve the effect of the model. Then again, the pure screaming skull for the highlighting of the skull that line beside his left hand, and also on the couple bones that are around his nest entrance. I used Avralad Sunset mixed with our previous brown tone, which was the Scrag Brown, just to highlight the wee timber pieces that around the nest. I have also applied a few spots of the Typhus Corrosion on the soil, just to put a bit of a texture here and there, and then to put a bit different color shade in few spots. It's not necessary, but if you have this paint in your on your desk, you can use it as well. I also use this paint to put a couple stains on his skin here and there, especially like the bottom of his foot or the arm that he's resting on. On the bottom of the model, of the bottom of his body, I also put a little bit of the Noon Oil, the black shade, just to have a bit more depth in the shading underneath. As you can see earlier on the reference card, he had a kind of dried blood here and there, especially on the arm that he's resting on, so I decided to mix the blood for the blood god mixed with the medium. That mix, once it's dried, is off, looks pretty cool. It will give you that effect of the dried blood. I have also put that on that wee head that lines down on the ground, and a little bit, couple stains of his body as well. As I mentioned earlier on, I was hoping to stick something in his hand so it will be looking like he's eating something. So I used the aircraft model sprue. There was, you know, the transparent one. Heat it up over the flame, and then stretch over it, just put a bit of a shape, so you get in a nice transparent piece that you can form, and then paint it over so it look a little bit like he would have a wee piece of the dead body or a vein or something like that. It will be covered in blood, so initially I paint it over with the mixed of the blood with the medium, and later on I put it more blood at it. I only glued it towards the end because I was afraid, you know, I could damage it while I operating the model. As you can see now, I put a bit of a red highlighting around his eyes, just to give them a bit more contrast. And now we're finishing the base, so we put in two type of the grass. I decided to put two colors, which is the kind of like a autumn one, the brown and the beige, which I think it will fit perfectly to that color scheme that we have there. I also have added couple leaves, so this is a kind of like a homemade. I collect them in my garden. Literally have no idea what type of tree are they coming from, so unfortunately I won't be able to help you with that, but you know, you can buy them ready to go, or find something like that. Now, as you can see, the piece I mentioned earlier on, a little bit of the gel super glue to stick it on, and then applied a little bit more blood at the end, and that I think looks cool. It looks like he pulled something out of the grave and is actually having a dinner. As you can see now, I'm adding a little bit more blood here and there, especially on his hand. Like if he's eating that, the hand can't be so nice, clean and neat, so we need to put a little bit more dirt, the blood dirt on it. And then the final stage will be painting the rim with the German grey, just to finish it off. Well, this is it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy watching this video, despite I had some problems with the camera. However, I'll promise I'll do it best for the next one. I hope you enjoy my version of the Ghoul, and I hope to see you on my next clip, hopefully next week. So take care. See you later, and if you don't want to miss another clip, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks, take care, and goodbye.